This is a short introduction to the new search engine that the university's bought this year. It's called Discover and it's perfect for researching education assignments. To find Discover is very easy. If you're already using Brio, there's a direct link to the Learning Resources website from there, and you'll get to this screen that you can see up here with Discover as a search box in the middle of the screen. Or you can bookmark the web address that's in red at the bottom of the screen at the moment. That takes you directly into the full Discover search screen. Just like you do with Google or any other search engine, the search box is there for you to type in your keywords, and whatever tips and tricks you can use to improve your search results will help you focus in on the really good stuff very, very quickly. So some basic ground rules: only type in the keywords. Don't type in the little combination words. So, if you're going to look for something about good practice and lesson planning, the key phrase in that is lesson planning. So I'd type that in. I'd also put quote marks around it so it would find me the whole phrase. And I'd leave out good practice in, because they're peripheral, they're just going to confuse the computer. The other trick you can do is using the star, the asterisk key in a search. So if I go back to the example of lesson planning, I could truncate plan after the first N and keep it in quote marks, but add the star inside the quote mark, and then it'll find me lesson plans as well as lesson planning too. So it just broadens out my search very conveniently. With Discover, you'll get thousands and thousands of results back, but there's lots of inbuilt simple ways to refine your results to get to the useful stuff, the current, the relevant, the accurate, the authoritative stuff. So there's on-screen options for limiting by publication date. We usually say 3 to 5 years is about enough. Source type and geography. You can also add in extra keywords if you think that will focus things down to, maybe adding in an age group like Key Stage 3, or an educational context like post-compulsory education, or whatever your search interest is. And then the really useful one is being able to say, I just want what's in the library collection, whether it's physical or digital resources, or saying I just want the full text option. So if you're somebody who can't get to campus, or you're trying to do your literature search when the library's closed, the full text option is going to be perfect for you. So you've refined your results, you've got a manageable list to work from. You can now start to decide which you're going to bother to read. The results give you a quick summary of what each result stands for, who's written it, when it was published, where it's from, and the title. But sometimes the title is a bit misleading. It doesn't have enough detail in it so you can judge whether it's going to be useful to you. So I love the magnifying glass feature. If you look to the right of the title, there is a little icon in the shape of a magnifying glass. When I hover over that with my cursor, a pop-up appears and it gives me a bit more detail, and you can then decide whether or not you want to bother to read it. If you found something that looks good, you can download the PDF or link to the catalogue to get it from there. Once you've found a few results that look good and you want to use them in your assignment later, you can either manage each result individually and email it or export it to your RefWorks account as you proceed, or you can add each one that you find to the folder and then open up the folder at the end of your session and send them as a batch to your email account or RefWorks, or print them out. Another nice feature is you can use the bookmarking option to send the link to an article to your Facebook account or Twitter or whatever social media you use. Another feature that I don't think many people use, but I personally am a big fan of, is having a personal account. At the top of the screen, there's a sign in button, and I can create my own personal account there And this is wonderful because, I do work at the university on Internet Explorer or Firefox, and then I go home and I'm using a Mac computer and I'm using Safari. And because I can sign in with my personal account, it has remembered my entire search history for the session I've been doing at work. And then it's also got my folder that I had as well. So it makes you a completely mobile learner. So I hope I've been able to persuade you that Discover will be a useful asset when you're preparing your assignments. If you want extra help with using it, please do get in contact with either of the education subject librarians. You can talk to us on the phone, you can email us. A lot of queries, if they're simple, we can answer that way. Or if you want to do something a bit more advanced, look at some of the extra features, please do make an appointment and we'll be happy to meet up with you. So I hope you find Discover useful and good luck with all those assignments.